Okay, that is, students, on Monday you are having an International Yoga Day. Okay, I will send you a link of Ramakrishna Math in which they are going to make you to practice yoga for 40 minutes. Okay, that is International Yoga Day, sir. 40 minutes. Okay, that is on Monday. It is 21st. And this is the last topic which I am going to discuss, that is electrochemical series. Okay, that is, what is electrochemical series? Can anybody answer this one? What is electrochemical series? Hello, students. Can anybody define what is electrochemical series? We know that, okay, this is almost we had completed this electrochemistry. Okay, what we know that in an electrochemical cell, when a metal is dipped in, when a metal is dipped in a vessel, what is going to happen in that vessel? There are many reactions that are going to take place. One is metal may get oxidized. Metal may get oxidized. That is, metal is converted into metal ion. Metal may get oxidized by losing an n number of electrons. This is known as oxidation. It is known as oxidation reaction. Or if you take the metal, this is the metal. Here it is the metal ion solution. For example, you take zinc sulfate solution or metal NX plus. That is metal ion solution. It is known as oxidation reaction. It is known as oxidation reaction. And if the reverse of this one, the metal ion, there is every possibility for the metal ion also to get reduced. N number of electrons are added to this one and they form a metal. This is known as a reduction reaction. A reduction may also take place. There are every possibility is there. What happens at this junction of this metal and the metal ion solution, there exists a liquid junction potential. Liquid junction potential is created at this boundary, or otherwise called as boundary potential also. Okay, then when it is connected to another half cell, when it is connected to another half cell, what is going to happen? Depending on the other metal to which it is connected, it is either going to be get reduced or oxidized. Okay, now while writing this, in this voltaic cell developed by Volta, what happened? This is zinc. This is nothing but copper. We had seen all this. How to write this electrochemical cell for this one? Zinc is getting oxidized to zinc plus 2 number of ions, and a salt bridge is formed. A salt bridge is also formed. Okay, along with the salt bridge, okay, what is going to happen is copper plus 2 ions. Why? Because zinc is having more oxidation potential. We are coming into the actual part of our discussion today. That is, zinc is having more oxidation potential and copper is having, copper plus 2 ions are converted into copper metal. That is, here, this is nothing but reduction. It is nothing but reduction potential. It is oxidation potential and it is reduction reaction. Okay, that is oxidation half cell. In the oxidation half cell, what is going to happen is oxidation takes place. Zinc is converted into zinc plus 2 ions. Zinc plus 2 ions plus 2 electrons are formed. Okay, instead of zinc, you connect this one with some other metal like lithium. When zinc and lithium are connected, what is going to happen? Zinc and lithium are connected. zinc is, instead of just now we had seen the voltaic cell, zinc is getting oxidized. Now when it is connected to copper, it is no more getting oxidized. Instead of getting oxidized, it is getting reduced. Zinc plus 2 is converted into zinc, and lithium ion. Okay, nowadays lithium batteries, electrical batteries, lithium ions. Lithium is belong to which group? First group. Therefore, the valency will be only one. It is converted into lithium metal like this. Then if you construct the cell notation, how the cell notation will be? Okay, that is zinc is converted, lithium is converted into lithium metal. Okay, that is lithium is converted into lithium ions, Li plus. Why? Because by the loss of one electron, and there exists a salt bridge, and zinc is converted into zinc plus 2 ions. The electrons are transferred to zinc, and it is converted into zinc metal. This is known as a cell notation. Now the question is how to decide whether the given metal is anode or cathode. We know that here zinc is known as anode. My dear students, don't get confused that always at anode oxidation takes place, and always at cathode reduction takes place at cathode. Okay, that is here lithium is getting oxidized and zinc is getting reduced. Therefore, it is known as oxidized, means it is known as anode, or otherwise called as left electrode, E left. And this is the nothing but cathode. Okay, that is E right. In that way, we can represent them as electrodes. Okay, at anode, what is the reaction that is taking place? Oxidation is taking place at anode. And what is the charge of this anode? The anode is having, that is a negative charge, which is quite opposite to that of the electrolysis. In electrolysis, anode is having, that is oxidation, and it is again giving electrons, but it is positive charge. Here it is a reduction, that is, it is nothing but the reduction is taking place here at this half cell. The reduction is taking place. Okay, this is the cell construction. Now the question is how to know for us whether the zinc, copper, lithium, which is anode and which is cathode. To help us, scientists had created a series known as electrochemical series. The series is known as electrochemical series. What is electrochemical series? Just now I had posted this one in your WhatsApp group also. What is electrochemical series? It is nothing but the series of, that is, I had posted this picture just now to all of you. You please go through that picture in your WhatsApp group. It is there, and I am sharing also that. That is here. Can you see this picture here? Can you see the screen? Okay, there is no need of downloading it. Okay. In this picture, if you see this one, fluoride is having more oxidation, that is reduction potential of fluoride is more. In some textbooks, it is reverse. What is electrochemical series? When all the metals and non-metals are arranged in a sequence in a decreasing or increasing order of their electrode potentials, it is known as electrochemical series. Okay, what is electrochemical series? It is nothing but when all the metals and non-metals, any of them, okay, all the elements of the periodic table are arranged in a definite sequence, either in the increasing order or the decreasing order of their electrode potentials. Then it is called as electrochemical series. If you observe the series here in the screen, here what is the lithium is having high oxidation potentials. All these are nothing but that is reduction potentials are given. The reduction potential of fluorine is very high, my dear students. Reduction potential of fluorine is very high. This is very important for your entrance point of view also. Okay, that is no other element in the universe will have more reduction potential than fluorine. It is known as the active metal. It can react even with glass. And the other thing you observe here is lithium, which is below the series. See here, it is having least reduction potential. Otherwise, we know that one thing that earlier I had discussed about this one, oxidation potential is equal to minus of reduction potential. Minus of reduction potential. Okay, oxidation potential is the negative of reduction potential. Therefore, lithium is having the highest, that is oxidation potential. What is the reason? Can anybody tell me why the lithium is having highest oxidation potential? In a periodic table, if you observe, the lithium belongs to which group? It belongs to first group. Okay, that is lithium is belonging to the first group. In the first group elements, we know that they are having less ionization energies. Okay, that is lithium to lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Francium, forget about it. Why? Because being a radioactive metal, okay, all these are metals. Generally, all metals will be readily oxidized. Rather than getting reduced, they are readily oxidized. What is meant by oxidation? Loss of electrons is known as oxidation. Losing of electrons takes place for them. See here in the series, 2 points. First point is fluorine is having the highest reduction potential. That is first point. Second point is lithium is having the highest oxidation potential. Why? Because once you know the reduction potential, automatically we can just change the symbol and convert them into reduction potential. Lithium is having highest reduction potential. And if you observe here below the hydrogen, there are many metals in the series. Hydrogen is taken as 0. Okay, just if this assumed to be 0, it is not absolute 0. It is assumed to be 0. Why? Because it is taken as a reference electrode. All the electrode potentials are calculated based on hydrogen electrode only. Okay, that is here. If you observe them below hydrogen, we are having lead, tin, nickel, cobalt. Okay, that is all these are the elements that are present below hydrogen. What do you mean by this one? When any metal below hydrogen is added to an acid, hydrogen gas is released. Any element having high oxidation potential than hydrogen means negative oxidation potential or high reduction potential. Okay, that is here they are having less reduction potential than hydrogen. They are all minus charge. What do you mean by minus charge? Means they are having, that is less reduction potential or high oxidation potential. Why? Because oxidation potential is minus of reduction potential. Then hydrogen is assumed to be 0, and below hydrogen we are having many metals. When you take a beaker and add any of these metals to them by taking acid in the beaker, when a metal iron is added, or any metal or zinc is added, hydrogen gas is liberated from it. Okay, that is the property of this acid to liberate hydrogen gas when a metal is added. Okay, that is about this metals. Okay, that is the property of a metal. Whenever you see, even in our daily lives, in our houses also, window bars, iron that is there used in windows are all rusted. Why they are rusted easily? Because they are having high oxidation potential. That is why it is getting rusted. Okay, okay, that is about this below hydrogen. All the metals that are present, when added to this acids, they liberate hydrogen. But see here, copper. Many times in entrance examinations, it is asked, when copper is added to acid, what will be the reaction? When zinc is added to acid, what will be the reaction? Which is will be reacting? Either copper, which will proceed in the further reaction. Zinc will liberate hydrogen gas. Why? Because zinc is present below hydrogen, whereas copper cannot liberate hydrogen gas. Why? Because copper is having more oxidation potential than hydrogen. Therefore, copper remains. Copper, that is present more reduction potential than hydrogen. Copper is having more reduction potential than hydrogen. Therefore, copper is reduced rather than hydrogen. Okay, that is the main difference between copper and zinc. This is very important, my dear students. Just now we are talking about zinc coupled with copper, known as voltaic cell. Okay, that is which is anode and which is cathode. Zinc is there here. Therefore, let us see in the series. In the zinc is present somewhere here. That is reduction potential of zinc is how much? Minus 0.763. Minus 0.763 is the reduction potential of zinc. Then what is the reduction potential of copper? Copper is plus 0.337. Whichever is having more reduction potential will act as cathode. Here copper will act as cathode and zinc will act as anode. Okay, this is acting as anode. Therefore, anode, according to the IUPAC convention, anode is written on the left side. Therefore, zinc is converted into zinc plus 2 ions. And there is a salt bridge. Okay, then it is copper plus ions are there. Copper plus 2 ions, that is copper ions, are completely reduced to copper. It is nothing but the cell notation. Okay, in this way we had to select which is anode, which is cathode. What is the EMF of this cell? EMF also can be calculated for this when the concentration of zinc plus 2 and copper plus 2 are unimolar concentration. Why? Because the values given here are E0 values. What do you know by E0 values? Standard reduction potentials. E0 means standard reduction potentials. Therefore, E0 values are given. Okay, therefore, here EMF is equal to E cathode minus E anode, or E cathode minus E anode. Otherwise, we can write like this also, that is E right electrode minus left electrode is nothing but the EMF. Here, what is the right electrode here? That is 0.337, that is cathode. Cathode, that is E means what? Only reduction potentials are considered as E according to the IUPAC convention again. Okay, minus of minus 0.763 volts. It comes to plus again. Therefore, it is 0.337 plus means how much it is? It is 0, it is 9, 10, it is 3, 10, 11, 1.1 volts. Plus 1.1 volts. Whenever EMF E is positive, the cell is said to be spontaneous without any external influence. The electrochemical reactions or redox reactions will proceed and it generates electricity by using the chemical reactions. Therefore, such cells are said to be spontaneous. What is the condition for spontaneity? We have seen in, you might be knowing in thermodynamics, whoever or whichever is having delta G minus negative is said to be a spontaneous cell. Delta G is always represented by minus NFE. Minus NFE. N is nothing but the number of electrons. F is the Faraday and E is the electrode potential. Okay, therefore here it is minus NFE. Okay, that is minus NFE means delta G. If E is positive, automatically delta G will be negative. Therefore, such cell which is having EMF as positive is said to be a spontaneous cell. And another point also we can remember from this one, that once in interviews also it was asked, in the beginning of the cell phones, nickel and cadmium were used as electrodes. This is nickel. And if you take up cadmium, okay, that is cadmium are used as electrodes. When nickel and cadmium are used as electrodes, a question was asked, what is the anode in these two? When nickel and anode and cadmium are connected together, which is acting as anode and which is acting as cathode? Okay, that is, can anybody answer this one? either nickel or cadmium. Among these two, when they are connected, which is going to act as anode and which is going to act as cathode? It was asked a number of times. Why? Because before the cell phones, before now, lithium battery is used in the cell phone. Are you having cell phone? Or even laptop also? This cell phone, for example, is using lithium battery now. That's why the weight is very less. In 10 years back, long ago, before that is 10 years back, nickel cadmium were used as battery. Nickel cadmium battery was used. When nickel and cadmium are used as electrodes, which is acting as cathode and which is acting as anode? Being a student of chemistry, you must be knowing. By seeing the electrochemical series, we can conclude which is acting as cathode and which is anode. Can anybody express this answer? Just to see this one, I had marked them also. Nickel is having minus 0.257 is the electrode potential of nickel. And if you see this cadmium, minus 0.4003 is the electrode potential of cadmium. Okay, therefore, which is having less and which is having more? Cadmium is having less reduction potential, therefore cadmium will act as anode and nickel will act as cathode. My dear students, being already I had seen all these topics in intermediate, I think you must be thorough in such topics. Why? Because as I said in the beginning itself of this chapter, now this world is working on two aspects. One is environment, another one is energy. Energy, for studying energy, you must be thorough in electrochemistry. Okay, that is one aspect. Another aspect of this application of this electrochemical series is we can observe whether which element is going to displace which element. For example, if you take up this one, that is if you take copper chloride or stannous chloride, SnCl4 is there. When SnCl4 is added to the solution of SnCl4, let us add magnesium. When magnesium is added to stannous chloride, which metal is going to displace? Will this reaction will proceed to form MgCl2 or not? That is the question. Or else vice versa, let us see. Let us add stannous, that is tin is added to magnesium chloride, MgCl2. When tin is added to MgCl2, what is going to happen in this reaction? Which of these two reactions are feasible? The feasibility of the reaction also can be tested by seeing this that is a reduction potentials. Magnesium is added to stannous chloride, okay, stannic chloride solution, and tin is added to magnesium chloride. When tin is added, if you see this one, in this electrochemical series, tin, if you see this one, that is tin is having the electrode potential as 0.15, that is reduction potential of tin is 0.15. And magnesium is how much? If you see, the magnesium belongs to second group, therefore its oxidation potential will be more and reduction potential will be very less, minus 2.37. Therefore, magnesium will this will not proceed, whereas this reaction will proceed. Okay, why? Because magnesium, when added to stannous salts or tin salts of stannous chloride or stannic chloride, here magnesium is going to displace tin. The displacement capacity or the tendency or the property, displacement property of a metal also can be found by using this electrochemical series. Okay, that is about the application of electrochemical series. Okay, that is we had seen the application of electrochemical series. Another important thing is that hydrogen is always zero. Okay, hydrogen is considered as zero in its oxidation potential or reduction potential. Okay, any other points in this chapter? We had seen many aspects in this chapter. Any doubts, my dear students? If you are having, what is electrochemical series? Can anybody define now? Electrochemical series is nothing but the arrangement of elements in the order of their electrode potentials in a definite either increasing order or the decreasing order of their electrode potentials is known as electrochemical series. If you observe this one, in the electrochemical series, the fluorine is having the highest electrode potential. And after that, if you observe bromine, bromine is an halogen. Chlorine is also a halogen. Okay, that is bromine, chlorine, fluorine, iodine. Okay, what can you conclude by this one? What is the inference you are drawing by seeing these values of this fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine? Fluorine, if you that is add, I think you must be knowing about interhalogens or displacement. For example, HF is added, HCl is added to HF. HCl, fluorine gas is added to HF, that is HCl solution. What will happen? Or else let us add chlorine gas, pass chlorine gas to HF. Which reaction will proceed and why? Can anybody tell me this one? When fluorine is added to HCl, the reaction, will it proceed or not? We can estimate the feasibility. Just now I told you about whether the reaction is going to proceed or not by seeing the electrode potentials. Okay, therefore, fluorine when added to HCl, it easily forms HF. Hydrogen fluoride is easily formed. Whereas when chlorine is added to HF, the reaction will not proceed. Why? What is the reason? Just now we said that chlorine is having highest reduction potential. Okay, is it correct? This reaction will not proceed. Sorry, this reaction, the first reaction will not proceed. This reaction will not proceed. Why? Because fluorine tries to be in the fluoride form. It is sorry, exactly, that is, this reaction will proceed. Why? Because H plus and F minus are present here. Fluorine is readily reduced, whereas here it will form HCl. It is not that is HCl and HF which is going to exist. HCl will not be existing. Why? In the front of HF. Why? Because F minus, fluorine is highly electronegative. We know that. Therefore, F minus always exists instead of Cl minus. Okay, that is about this HCl and HF reaction. Okay, that is about this electrochemical series. And if you observe this one, in the bottom of the series, we are having only first group elements. On the top of the series, we can observe the seventh group elements, that is halogens. And if you observe this gold, silver, gold and silver, copper are all above the hydrogen, means they are known as precious metals or coinage metals. Coinage metals. They actually, at the time of Kanishka, gold coins were used. And after that, in Gupta period, gold coins were used. After that, at the time of Greeks, in medieval period, we can observe the usage of silver coins. And now, till recently, our government of India used copper coins. But now we are not using any of these. We are using nichrome or some alloys are used nowadays. That is, all these are nothing but coinage metals. Okay, they are precious metals also. Precious, why? Because silver, gold are precious metals. Okay, that is about the nature of these electrochemical series. My dear students, this is the last topic in this chapter. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me. Any doubts? Okay, what you have to do is, you had to write first semester practical exams, first semester, that is assignment. Why? Because very few videos you did. That's why first semester assignment you had to write. Second point is you must submit the first semester record also at the time of practical first semester examination. Okay, that is about first semester. And coming to the second semester assignment, you must bring second semester assignment at the time of practical exam second semester. First semester exam will be declared after you apply for the exam. In next week, I think a notification will come. In that one, you can apply it.